History has seen the rise and fall of some infamous and notorious rulers who brought about inexplicable horror in their thirst for power and recognition. They ruled with an unchallenged authority and silenced all possible threats in the most ruthless manner. The idea of an insane ruler with absolute power and control over his or her people may sound both unnerving and fascinating at the same time. However, back in ancient times, almost every major civilization routinely saw the ascension of notorious kings and queens to the throne, and these infamous names went down in history. In this video, we'll explore the top 10 notorious rulers in history. Let's begin. 10. Commutus, Roman Emperor. Commodus, the infamous Roman emperor, was absolutely despised by his people for his outrageous behavior throughout his rule. He proclaimed himself to be the reincarnation of Hercules, openly participating in gladiator battles. While gladiators enjoyed fame among the common people, upper-class Romans considered their fights a mere spectacle in which lower-class slaves participated. Commodus angered many when he started to openly participate in these fights, especially since his fights were never fair. Upon becoming emperor, he had large shoes to fill, following his revered father Marcus Aurelius. History may have forgiven Commodus for not living up to such high standards, but he failed to become a great emperor in every way. He turned out to be a vain ruler who had no respect for his own people. Today, he is remembered for his colossal ego and unspeakable cruelty. 9. Attila the Hun, ruler of the Huns. Attila the Hun, the single-handed force of havoc, gave the Roman Empire a good deal of trouble. He became the leader of the Huns in 434 AD, and over the next 10 years, succeeded in capturing territories that encompassed modern-day Hungary, Spain, Greece, and Italy. A skilled horseman and tactical military leader, Attila turned the Huns into a lethal fighting force. His men were trained to be absolutely ruthless towards their enemies, completely decimating cities. In Italy, Attila's destruction was so immense that the entire city of Aquileia was brought to its knees. The city was completely wiped out, leaving no trace of where it had once stood. Attila's reign of terror struck fear into the hearts of the common people. 8. Nero, Roman Emperor. Nero, another Roman emperor, is remembered as a madman with absolute power. He indulged in frequent debauchery and is known to have murdered his own family members. The story of how he started a great fire in Rome to build a new palace for himself has become infamous. Apart from being a thorn in the side of the common people, Nero was known to commit heinous crimes, such as murdering his mother and wives. His rule left a mark on history as one of the most infamous periods in ancient Rome. 7. Fu Sheng, Ancient China. Fu Sheng's reign as emperor of the Qin dynasty was marked by its brevity and chaos. He ruled for just 3 years, but his time on the throne was notorious. Known for his paranoia and cruelty, Fu Sheng frequently executed his officials and ministers on the flimsiest of pretexts. His erratic behavior terrorized the court, leading to a climate of fear and distrust. The arbitrariness of his decisions sent shockwaves through the empire, destabilizing governance and leading to a decline in societal order. His reign is remembered not only for its arbitrary violence and reckless decisions, but also for the void of leadership it created. Ousted by his own officials after his power-driven madness became intolerable, Fu Sheng's legacy is one of infamy, a stark warning of the dangers of unchecked power. 6. Emperor Yang of Sui, Ancient China. Emperor Yang's rise to the throne was fraught with intrigue and controversy. His methods to secure his rule were ruthless, employing manipulation, betrayal, and violence. Perhaps best known for his grandiose building projects like the Grand Canal, Emperor Yang's obsession with construction not only drained the empire's resources, but also led to widespread suffering among the common people. Laborers were forced to toil under brutal conditions, and many lost their lives in the process. His disregard for the welfare of his subjects, coupled with a life of excess and pleasure, weakened the fabric of society and contributed to the decline of the Sui dynasty. His reign was marked by a growing disconnect between the ruler and the ruled, and his insensitivity to the hardships of his people eventually led to rebellion and his assassination. 5. Vlad the Impaler, Ottoman Empire. Vlad III, known as Vlad the Impaler, became the inspiration for Bram Stoker's Dracula. His gruesome method of impaling his enemies earned him his infamous nickname. Vlad's rule as Prince of Wallachia was marked by extreme cruelty. He would impale enemies and traitors alike, leaving their bodies as a grisly warning to others. His subjects were not immune to his wrath. Even small offenses could lead to severe punishment. This brutal enforcement extended to his domestic policies, where he implemented harsh laws with little regard for mercy or fairness. His reign is remembered as one of terror and bloodshed, with a legacy that transcends his historical role and has become a symbol of the darker aspects of human nature. The shadows of Vlad's rule still linger, as his name continues to be synonymous with horror and cruelty. 4. Ivan IV the Terrible, Russia. Ivan IV, the first Tsar of Russia, played a crucial role in shaping Russian history. His reign was characterized by expansion, reform, and autocratic rule. Known for his unpredictable temper and violent outbursts, Ivan's rule was marked by fear and repression. He even killed his own son in a fit of rage. Personal tragedy followed Ivan throughout his life. His complex character and often cruel decisions have left historians debating his legacy. He is both revered for his role in expanding Russia and reviled for his brutal tactics. 3. Corrode, ancient Judea. Herod's portrayal in the Bible has forever marked him as a villainous figure. His rule as king of Judea was characterized by a dramatic shift in personality and growing mental instability. Family turmoil played a significant role in Herod's reign, as he even ordered the murder of several of his own family members. His paranoia and brutality cast a shadow over his achievements as a builder and administrator. 2. Caligula, Roman Empire. Caligula's initial popularity as Emperor of Rome quickly gave way to madness. Known for his bizarre behavior and extravagant lifestyle, he once declared his horse a consul. His absolute power turned into tyranny, and his rule was marked by confusion, terror, and arbitrary decisions. The Senate and the people of Rome grew to fear him, leading to his assassination after just 4 years as emperor. 1. Genghis Khan, Mongol Empire. Genghis Khan's name is synonymous with the creation of the Mongol Empire. His ruthless expansion and modernization efforts were unparalleled in history. Genghis Khan's tactics were brutal, and he is responsible for the deaths of millions. Yet his rule was also marked by religious tolerance and administrative innovation. This duality of cruelty and enlightenment makes Genghis Khan one of the most fascinating and complex rulers in history. In reflecting on the lives of these notorious rulers, we are reminded of the duality of human nature. Their reigns, filled with both accomplishments and despicable deeds, echo through history as warnings and lessons. The legacy they left behind offers a sobering insight into the complexities of power, ambition, and morality. As we close this journey through history, let us remember the impact that leadership can have on a society and reflect on the values that guide our own decisions. If you've enjoyed this exploration of history's most infamous rulers, please consider subscribing to our channel and leaving a comment with your thoughts. Your engagement helps us continue to delve into the fascinating corners of our shared past.